Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom, doing a pretty much good job here on the JASMY price. That you can see that ever since the support level that we were screaming actually on top of our voices, we have actually gone up something like 150%. So congratulations to everybody who was here right around this time. But unfortunately, back then, sentiment was really bad and nobody was watching the videos, about 600 people or something like that. So again, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread this video by delicately tapping the like button. It just helps the YouTube algorithm. People looking for JASMY content will get this news as soon as possible, right? And obviously, if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I would encourage you to do so, really, because I do TA on JASMY and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And without me further running my mouth too much, let's get back into the JASMY price set. And yes, we have had a fantastic month here on the JASMY price set coming in, not as a surprise actually, because if you remember, again, we were using the V-chain price set as the blueprint, basically saying that, you know what, we have got a Wyckoff accumulation pattern here, and watch out for something like this here to happen with JASMY, because you know the Wyckoff accumulation patterns are just super bullish patterns. But I want to talk about what is going to happen in the immediate short term with JASMY right now, and also what I expect long term here for the JASMY price. I'm talking about prices which can actually reach to something like $1.20, $1.40, or things like that, right? So stay tuned for that. But here in the immediate short term, you can see that on a weekly time frame, all resistance have been broken. And remember, just a few days ago, I was saying that, you know what, eventually when this resistance is going to get broken, it's gonna seem as if there was no resistance to begin with, and basically the next thing to expect right here is a back test of this resistance one way or the other. It's gonna get back tested. So if you are looking into buying JASMY, if you know, this is exactly what I would actually be doing. I'd actually maybe waiting for the JASMY price to cool down a little bit, and then ride the next wave, right, continuing to go higher, of which I'm gonna provide price targets obviously, as I always do. But here I think there is just no need to form more into JASMY at the moment. At the same time, I just wanted to show you also the BTC setup that we have right here, and then I think that you know, right now in the immediate short term, taking a look at the JASMY, taking a look at the Bitcoin price, on a 1 hourly time frame, this is just some distribution action that is going on right here. And the next stop I see here for the Bitcoin price that especially is something like 50. That's something like a 4% or a 5% drop from the peak that we had at something like 53, and this can actually translate to something like 15%, 20%, or maybe 10% for other altcoins, right? So I just have that in mind, that in the immediate short term, a correction is due. We have to backtest that support maybe now, or even if we continue going higher, it's not going to be sustainable for JASMY to continue going like this. We have to backtest just to cool off the markets, and then we can continue higher. I said I'm going to provide price targets, so let's just invert this one right here, and I'm going to show you how this is classic Wyckoff accumulation pattern, and what we just had like maybe an hour ago was just the spring of this Wyckoff accumulation pattern. And normally what you expect with this kind of things is that maybe you keep doing something like this, and usually you backtest this, and then you continue. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to break this here, or it's going to turn itself like this as well. But I think there is going to be a correction, somewhat of a correction with Bitcoin there, which is going to translate to big losses in altcoins, right? So that's basically my stance there. I'm super bullish on JASMY. Everybody knows this, right? I get attacked on this channel just because I'm super bullish on JASMY. I have been bullish since, I don't know, I was talking about, JASMY for years. Talking about even this falling wedge right here, saying that, you know what, JASMY is headed for something like 5 cents. It was unbelievable at the point, because we were sitting at something like $0.0027 per JASMY. Now we are at a cent and something, right? A cent and some change, and you can now see that the 5 cent mark that I was talking about right here is not something that is out of picture, right? And also we have something like 9-10 cents for this falling wedge right here. But if we want to take a look at the JASMY price set long term, this is exactly what I think here. I wanted to show you the structure that we have been talking about on the channel, for years at this point. Ever since I started my YouTube channel, I think we were right around this area here, and I was saying that, you know what, this is a very bullish structure right here. Now what you see is that this is the JASMY price set ever since I don't know, the all-time price action of JASMY anyway. We are not even taking a look at this whole part of the price set, because there were like circulating supply issues. What we are just focusing on is this structure that you're gonna see in a minute, that it is actually very bullish right here. So I think you have already noticed the structure. Take a look at the Cardano price that back then in 2018. You see that that's exactly the same structure that the JASMY price that is exhibiting. Not only are we having the Cardano price that, we also have got another coin which is called NEO, right? Same structure basically. We also have got SIA coin, same crossing structure. Even the this coin right here, Verge, nobody really talks about it anymore, but I'm gonna show you why I picked this one specifically. You see the same crossing structure as well. You also see the same crossing structure with even Ethereum, the king of altcoins. So really, people were saying that, JASMY is not going to move until it's removed from the innovation zone. You can already see that was not true, right? So basically, this structure here indicates that JASMY is in a bullish structure. And I think you also notice that I picked like random coins from like very different categories and but they were still exhibiting the same thing. Basically meaning that market participants are actually having the same psychology when it comes to, market conditions like these ones. That's why you just see this flattening out here. You see also this flattening out, like nothing is really happening, flattening out. You see it across the board right here. But how are we going to predict the price target of all these things right here, right? So now we're just treating the top of this structure here as the top of the JASMY price that as the all-time high, because remember, we are not considering the other part there. And if you just grab your fib retracement tool from the very bottom right there, from the very top actually to the very bottom, let me catch that nice and easy, and you can see that we have got some numbers that we have here. And I want you to take a look at this. This is Cardano, right? What eventually happened with Cardano is it managed to let go, and it was really crazy, right? Mind you, we are just focusing on a part on the JASMY price, that not the whole structure, but just taking a look at the Cardano price, that applying the same thing, fib retracement to top to bottom here. You see that the price that exceeded to something like almost the 2.618 extension level right there, right? Now that price target, if JASMY is to continue following this structure right there, that would actually take JASMY to something like 86 cents. Is this realistic? Maybe yes, maybe no. I really don't know about that. It really depends on where you want to take your profits, but let's go with something that is maybe much more realistic here. This is NEO coin back then, in that same time from back then, and applying the same concept, Fibonacci retracement tool from top to bottom right here. You can see that NEO really didn't get into an all-time high, right, according to this same structure right here, which is actually more likely here on the JASMY price, that JASMY will not exceed 30 cents. But that's not really important. I'm gonna show you right now why that is not really important. Take a look at NEO. It managed to hit something like the 702 fib retracement level. Coming back to JASMY here, if JASMY just go ahead and reach something like the 702 Fibonacci retracement level, that's actually something like 23 cents here on the JASMY price side, and off of the current price that we are sitting at right at this moment, right? You are looking at something like a 27x on the JASMY price side. What more do you want? Mind you, we are not looking at the whole JASMY price side. Again, we are just taking a look at a small part in the JASMY price side. So again, if we want to even lower expectations much more, let's go ahead with something like SIA coin. What you notice is from the very top right there to the very bottom, it actually had something, let's call this one the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, although it exceeded that. And applying the same thing here on the JASMY price, that you see JASMY going to something like 16 cents off of the current price. You can see actually that JASMY would have actually achieved something like let's go ahead and do that right there. That's actually something like a 20x. You can obviously get the idea as to why I think this thing is actually very super bullish. Let's go ahead and lower expectations one more time using another same crashing structure with the JASMY price. That's Verge coin, which I was talking about, and from the very top right there to the very bottom, you can also see that it barely managed the lowest Fibonacci retracement level. That's the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level. But this was an interesting situation for Verge itself, because from its bottom right there to that price target here, let's just go with the full one, that was actually an 80x. So sometimes really getting into an all-time high is not the issue here. What you just want to see is like returns, right? Let's get back to the JASMY price and take a look at the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level. Measure it from where we are sitting right at the moment. And by the way, we are just measuring from where we are sitting at the moment, but this is not when we were buying JASMY, right? That's actually now a 7.5x. But remember, we were buying JASMY at the very bottom, right? I was making videos talking about these things by there. So that's actually something like a 23x for somebody who was paying attention. Unfortunately, if you didn't see the video, it probably means that some people really didn't click the like button to the maximum. And finally, I want to talk about the best case scenario here, which was Ethereum. Again, we've already established that it had the same structure with the JASMY price, that current JASMY price that right now. Apply the same rule right here, basically from the very top to the very bottom here, and you can see that that was the 3.618 Fibonacci retracement level one more time. But if you go ahead and take a look at the Ethereum market cap, it actually hit something like the 4.23 236 Fibonacci extension level there. And just coming back to JASMY, if we have something like the 3.618, that's actually something like $1.20 here for the JASMY price. This is the best case scenario that I can come up with the JASMY price at $1.20 for JASMY. I don't know in which period it's going to happen, but if you're asking me about the short term right there, I think we are really bullish. Anything super close to something like that 30 cents there is something that is going to be fantastic for the JASMY price. For the coming bull markets, I really have no idea when it's going to happen. But as you just saw, JASMY is looking very fantastic. Obviously, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't buy or sell anything because of anything I say, alright? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and then I'll have to see you on the very next one. Take really good care of yourselves. Bye.